Alright, hi everyone again. So we continue our first part of our live streaming about um, deploying the cost-effective Kubernetes cluster to DigitalOcean. And the first part we managed to fix our existing issue of the cluster that we wanted to separate ingress and fix the TLS certificates. I'll check right now whether our certificates has been updated or not. So now we still have this issue. Okay, you can see now that our certificate is issued. We have the proper certificate, which is issued by Let's Encrypt. Yeah, and it's gonna be expire in 90 days and updated automatically by our cert manager. So perfect, we have it ready. Right now, I'm gonna create new deployment for my website. So to do so, I need to build docker image and push it to my existing ECR registry. Let's go to the terminal and I navigate to my website. I just need to, okay, we have a whole bunch of stuff here. All right. I'll go ahead and make a docker build of the website and specify the proper tag right now. So yeah, I'm building the website docker image, and then I'll push it to the registry, and I'll show you how we can set up life cycle policy to our containers, so the old images will be deleted automatically. But right now, we will go ahead to the Visual Studio Code and create new deployment for our website. So to do so, I'll split our terminal, or basically I can just open a new tab. Yeah, it's going to be efficient. Let's go to our infrastructure again, and here in the infrastructure we can, what we should do, we should helm create new Helm chart and call it website. Alright, perfect. So we'll create the Helm chart with the CLI command. Now we have the new directory called website. We have a whole bunch of default data here. Yeah, so let's keep it for now. Then deployment. For the deployment, so we have pretty much everything set up right now with our Helm chart. So this is gonna be a pretty simple chart. What I want to change, I want to change the image of the our chart, and I'll choose our ECS image of these. Tag, we're choosing latest, so we always pull the latest. And the secrets, we actually need image pool secrets, and we will define them the same way we define them here in the NAN. So yeah, I'm just specify their name, but the point is that we need to apply the same strategy for pulling the ECR secrets we're doing in NAN to the website. And to avoid code duplication, I just created as a separate Helm chart, and I'll show you right now how I'll do it. But in the meanwhile, I'll just apply the secrets like this. Okay, what else should we do? We need to specify the container the container port, right? So here in the deployment, there is ports in the container. Our port is default 3000. So this is default port of the deployment. But for the service, we'll leave the 80 port, that's fine. So for the ingress, I'll leave it as it is. What I want to change, I'll slightly change it because right now we just specifying the host path as the array, and I don't want it to be array, but instead I want the host to be um, just a host like this. So I don't need all of these. And also regards the TLS, I don't want it to be an array in our specification, but I want to have the secret name like this, right? So I slightly change the configuration because I just want to avoid the arrays here like this, because it's hard to specify the proper arrays data on the high level from the Helm file. So I'm trying to keep everything as map instead of array. And once we did it that way, we need to go ahead to our ingress and change the template a bit. So here, ingress class name, let it be the same way. Then the TLS, instead of range here, I don't want to range. All I want to do is just specify it the way it is. Host. Let's see what did we change, because I forgot. Right, we do it that way. So host. Then we should specify the under the host. We should specify our host. And instead of doing it that way, I want to do it slightly different way. So I want to just set the values ingress host right here. Values ingress host. And we should probably, okay, should we add the yeah, let's go ahead and take a look on the NAN example, because I forgot the syntax here and don't want to make a mistake. So yeah, you see we just this part, we just removed this part and we did it in a straightforward way. So all right, okay, so the TLS, okay, we gotcha. Yeah, so I got it. Let's specify it like this, and then the secret name would be the values ingress TLS secret name, but and then TLS secret name. So I don't want to have this range here. Okay, you got it, right? So we have the hosts, and then here in the HTTP specification, I just also don't want to have it that complex. I want to have it simple like this. So we have the prefix, let's see again. Okay, so I want to do it this way. Okay, so we have the host, and I don't want any of these else's here. Yeah, I just got lost in the loops. Let me take a look. So we we should delete this range, and if else, yep. So this range has the end here, right? So we can remove it here. Then if else and, so we're removing this and as well. And instead of all of these, we just specify this. So we're specifying the host of values ingress host, and the path prefix, then the full name of our service and our service port that defined here. Right, so pretty straightforward. Instead of those looping, we have much more explicit template. Alright, so we have it done that way. Let me see how our build, okay, our build has failed. So some network issue. Let's try it one more time. Just happens sometimes. So yeah, as you can see here, we have the ingress set up, the deployment, the HBA, and what I want to do, let me see, ingress should be enabled by default. Also, I want to enable HPA by default. Where do we have the HPA here? We have it under auto scaling, I guess. Auto scaling, right? So let's make it for true. So we're enabling auto HPA. It's the horizontal port autoscaler. So our service, as far as our website is really stateless and it's just static, so we can replicate the whatever amount of ports we can. So I'm just enabling auto scaling here. All right. So I guess we have this done with the website. We don't need any other charts here. This is really simple, straightforward deployment, just an easy one. Yeah, we will configure it a bit more specifically soon. What I want to do right now, I want to create another Helm chart for the ECR secrets management. As I explained previously, we need some Helm chart like this to authenticate our Kairos cluster hosted on DigitalOcean against the ECR, right? So let's go ahead and create one more chart here and call it ECR auth. Let it be ECR auth. Oh shit, I missed the create keyword. Helm create ECR auth. Right, so we have it. We have it so far. Let's go ahead and modify it. We want to have completely custom chart here. So we have ECR auth, and then so what we basically want to do, we want to create the service account for, and the role binding like this. Then we want to create a secret, right, with our data. We want to create the job, the cron job, right? So that's all we want to do. And we need the following configuration. So we need, first of all, the image of this instance, right? And where should we get it? Here we go. So the image would be this one. Let's specify these on values. Image, this one. Tag latest. Maybe it's better to specify an exact tag, but I'll specify latest at the moment. So we don't need image pool secrets because this is the public image. We don't need the service account for it at all. We don't need any of these. I'll remove these. We don't need port annotations. We don't need port security context. We don't need security context. We don't have service. We don't have ingress for these. We don't have resources for these. Not selector affinity. Neither of these. So we're removing everything. We don't need any of these. Okay, so we have what we need. We need AWS configuration, and we need it pretty much the same way we have it in NAN. Let's go ahead and copy paste it. So here we have we can specify Docker secret name. I would specify it the ECR secret name. Okay, just a secret name, doesn't matter. So what we need to do, let's do it that way. AWS and just a secret name, right? Okay, perfect. So now regarding these charts, we don't need all of them. We don't need those charts here. I'm just deleting them. But instead, we will copy these. Also, we don't need those tests here. We will copy these. So and then the cron job. All right, let's then see whether we have them properly configured. So let's see if we don't have any kind of NAN mentioning here because we don't need them. Yep, so all of these might be static, I don't mind. Then the secrets, so here, right, we have proper values here. The cron job, we don't have any N, but what I want to change, I just want to have I just want to have it these. So the values, and then let's copy it from here, image repository. I think it's gonna be a bit more sustainable way, and then we can enhance it a bit. So okay, here we should have a secret name. Docker secret name, right? So this is the name. What should be the name of our Docker secret that will be created by this job? We will supply this name, but also I want to have these secret name AWS secrets. Okay, let it be. Let's not overcomplicate it. All right, so we have it mostly ready, so we just need to add a new release of this thing, and I'm gonna add it straight after the NAN. So we first test it on NAN, okay? Then I'll call it NAN ECR auth. So the namespace would be NAN. Let's leave it as it is, despite the fact that we already created the namespace. The chart would be the local chart of ECR auth atomic, and we need to add a few values here. So let's also add the values with the parameter like this, and what we do, we will add it the same way we have it on NAN. So like this. We have it like this. We have AWS region ID secret. That's fine. Right, so we added this. Then we need to specify the secret name of the our Docker authenticator. So let's go ahead and see. So I guess here in NAN values, this Docker secret name, this is the name of this authenticator. If I'm not mistaken, let me. Okay, email image pool secrets ECR crats. All right. Yeah, so we won't need those. We let's keep these. And I want to have this name to be global so we don't duplicate. So I'll go ahead and update um, our secrets, our configuration files with the name of this secret, but I'll do it in another window so I won't share any kind of sensitive information regarding that. In the meanwhile, our deployment is failing again. What's wrong with that? I don't know. So some network error. I guess I might know the issue, so let me do it that way. Yep, registry is wrong, so I'll go ahead and remove this config. I don't need it. And let's try to do it one more time. So we can't build our image for some reason. That's really weird. Alright, so right now I'll go ahead and modify the configuration in our secret files. So I just added another property to the AWS object of our configuration file with name creds name. So we can right now we can actually go to our Helm file. Then here we have another property called, whatever we call it, I forgot. Let's double check. We call it secret name. So we can specify the name I've just updated in our values AWS. We do it that way. And also here in the NAN value, so we don't need this AWS anymore. Or we don't need any of these, but what we need to specify the property of secrets name, right? So this image pool secrets name, we should specify it in the same way we have it here. I'll do it in the very bottom, or just after ingress, right? So right now like this, and here we should do it the same way. Right, so we have it here. That's perfect. So now I can go ahead and delete these files from here, these service accounts, these secrets, and these cron job. So we don't need any of this anymore because now we have them in a separate chart. Yeah, so we can go ahead and try it out to see if it works by making a deployment. So I'll do Helm file apply and see. Okay, we still have the same fucking timeout issue. I'll need to Google it because it's so strange. Let's Google it. Okay, so it looks like we're trying to download some big package, but why we're trying to do so, I don't have a clue. Okay, I just cancel this off and then open up the Visual Studio Code with my website to see my dependencies, because the only suggestion how to fix it is increase the timeout, but I don't want to have huge packages inside my website, so I go ahead and close all of these and check my package JSON. So we don't have any of huge packages. I guess some dependencies might have. Never mind. I'll open the Docker file, and for the yarn, I'll do the same way these guys suggested. Network timeout, increase the network timeout, and see what will happen. Let's build it one more time. So we have some errors. Okay, some notes of these charts. I don't want to have these nodes. What are these helpers? some generated code. Let's try it out one more time. There was some generated code issues. I removed a lot of generated code, but didn't remove the nodes of these Helm charts. So let's go ahead and try it out one more time. Okay, one more error. A resource already exists. Right. So that was the issue I'm expecting. So what I will do, I just comment out our new release of ECR auth here. This one, to let the NAN delete those resources that this release is gonna create, and then we will comment it back again and redeploy. Okay. Okay, we are redeploying. Okay, so the build is going here. Okay, looks like it has removed all this stuff. Alright, I guess we will encounter error right now because, well, maybe not, maybe not. Let's see. Because we just removed this, we didn't remove actually the secrets for AWS authentication, just remove the service for updating those secrets, but maybe these secrets are deprecated or so. I'll go ahead and get bots in any namespace and see what do we have. Okay, it's just initializing, so I don't think we have. Okay, it doesn't have logs. Maybe trying to pull the kubectl. Let's see the events. Linus probe failed, right? Successful assigned. Create image. So, okay, connection refused. Okay, it's just Linus probe failed because the server hasn't been started yet. So the image is part of the machine, so we shouldn't experience any issues with that. We just need some time for this service to initialize. Okay, we have to restart, so it's crashing for some reason. Let's see the logs. Okay, we had some similar error before, and it used to be because our database wasn't Postgres, but what happened right now, I don't know. Maybe we've affected some NAN configuration. Let's take a look on that. So now we have the indeed, yeah, right. So the problem is that we need to specify the DB type here. Okay, let's go ahead and Google NAN environment variables. So I faced the issue before. Uh, NAN by default uses SQLite as a Postgres database, and it's trying to mount it actually to get it to the storage. But as far as okay, it just deployed. As far as we using read-only file system, because we have stateless containers, we um, the Docker doesn't allow for NAN to do it that way. That's why it just crashing with error. So we want to change the default SQLite to the Postgres DB type by specifying the appropriate environment variable for the NAN. Okay, so now, yeah, hopefully it has resolved somehow. Our deployment happened. Let's uncomment this stuff and try to make this deployment one more time. In the meanwhile, I'll take a look on our build here. So looks like everything is running smoothly, I guess. Yeah, of course, for some reason this yarn takes a whole bunch of time, but I hope that it will have a successful finish. So we are applying all of these. Um, yeah, so just adding a new release for the our ECR authentication service, and seem to be applied successfully. Let's get our port in NAM namespace in C. Okay, so we have the cron job, so that's a good sign. Let's create the job. And see if it will run successfully. So yeah, this job has been completed successfully. So it looks like everything working smoothly, and we have nothing to complain about. Okay. I just want to make sure that the name of the secret of the cred is the same as in deployment. So I go ahead and kubectl get secrets. So the name is ECR. That is 26-second old. And kubectl describe deployment NAN just for reference. No, let's do it that way. kubectl get deployment NAN output YAML. Yeah, we have now much friendlier output. So containers. Right, so I guess I need to do it in another window. Okay, just trying to find the name. Okay, I see the image name, and also I want to have um, the secret name. I can, oh, okay, yeah, I see it. Okay, so we have everything. Well, looks like our website is building, so we have everything smoothly. Right now we can actually deploy the website, but as far as our image is not ready yet, I don't want to do it right now. So instead, I'll go ahead and deploy the Qualcomm system. So let's go ahead to their website of the Qualcomm. Shoot. Okay. Yep, Qualcomm Docker. So they have their repository with stock images, and they even have the example of how to run the Docker, but yeah, so let's then set up all of these. So what we actually need to do, we need to have pretty much the same deployment as we have for the NAN, a bit less complex because we will just have one instance of the Qualcomm and the Postgres database. So I go ahead and create a new Helm chart. By the way, let's check. Maybe there is a Helm chart for the Qualcomm so far, but I have a big doubt about it. So hello, I wanted to create Helm chart. Okay, so this is, so there is no Helm chart for it. Never mind. Oh shit. What just happened? Let's keep an eye on our deployment. So yeah, it is a build process right now happening. Our deployment. Okay, so we have everything. We have everything. I would say dope. Okay, we don't have any of these. Never mind. We'll create our own published open source. Right. So let's go ahead to our terminal and create one more image called one more Helm chart. Sorry, Helm create. All right, so we have the Helm chart. Qualcomm here. Okay, let's go to our VS Code. Perfect. Perfect. We have a whole bunch of charts so far. And what we want to do, we want to do it the same way as we have in the NAN. We want to add the Postgres to the dependencies. Let's do it here as well. Boom. And I remove the Redis. Okay, we have only Postgres. Right, so I will enable autoscaler straight away. And then what I allow to do, allow to define environment variables directly in the here in the value file. Okay, also before moving forward, I want to specify the proper Docker image, and I'll just get it from the Docker Compose file. So here they have this one, the clan. So this is the former name of the Qualcomm. All right. So the default port of the container should be 3000 as well. Okay, then let's take a look at other things here. So I want to have the environment variable the same way I have them in our this. So basically, I'm storing them as a key value map in the values. You can find it out here. So we're storing them as a key value map, right? And then we just for reaching it, this key value map in here like this to create the arrays. Yeah, this is how we're doing it. I'll go ahead and do it the same way because I love this approach. But we don't have any kind of so it's on the level of the ports, right? Where ports? Okay, we can behind the ports create and then let's do it that way. Right, so now we can supply the env to our deployment. And regarding the env, we should follow all the recommendations they're giving us. So let's go to the values. Let's specify here env, and it's gonna be our. So yeah, they want to public URL. I just leave it empty because there's going to be a dynamic value, license consent. I guess we should just place one here. Qualcomm telemetry disabled. Next, auth secret. Okay, yeah, we will generate some dummy. We will generate some colons encryption key. Colons encryption key dummy, and then database URL. We will also we should have it in a such way. Dummy user, dummy password, typo. Just a dummy stuff here. Okay, so these are gonna be all of our. Let's Google it. Call. yeah, we just want to find a reference, some example of these environment variables. I don't have this one. Never mind. I'll go ahead and also add this one because. Okay, perfect. So now we have pretty much all we want. Yeah, the other thing I want to do is I want to have the ingress set up in the same way as we did in the website. So without those arrays, to have it really more simple and straightforward. So on the website values we have the gosh, I should be, yeah, I forgot to update it. So I made the host and then the TLS. I made the secret name, right? So I just recall it. I remember that I done it that way, and then I need to remove the host from here. And I don't need any of this shit. So yeah, I'll just replace this stuff in the same way. So instead of all of these, we just put this host and then the secret name. And we also need to make an update in our charts ingress here. I'll go ahead and do it right now. Where should I find these? I'll copy the ingress from the, so here we need to specify the same rules for the TLS and ingress. Let's go to the ingress of the Qualcomm and find all of these where we're specifying. So we want to do it like this. Okay, much simpler, straightforward, and easier. I don't like to be crazy with the templating. So by default, Helms wants us to make our configuration files just completely with templates, right? So we specify everything values in here, but I don't like this. I think you should only specify in values those variables that you probably want to have configurable, right? So you have different variables per different environment, or they are secrets. You want to have them stored secretly, and that's it. But that's really it. But instead, so I'm doing it all the time. But instead, Helm offers us to have every time. And I think it's not developer friendly. You just messing around, checking all these variable, go ahead and then verifying it with the values. So I don't like it. I'm just want to keep more balance here. All right, perfect. So now we have the um, boom, boom, boom. We have our Qualcomm setup, but before we move forward, okay, I will check our build. So our build just happened successfully. Congratulations. So I'll go ahead and make ECR get. I authenticate my ECR here and push this image to the ECR. Okay, login just succeeded, so I can do it like this: docker push bam. So we should. So we're publishing to ECR. That's dope. One more thing I want to modify here is I want to be, first of all, we need to specify the Postgres credentials from the values like we did in NAN. So let's find out. Yeah, like this. So we have full name override. It's not mandatory. Then we have auth. So let's do it pretty much the same way we have it So full name override. I don't want to do it. Database. Then those dummy data, I will leave it as it is. And instead of specifying the Postgres environment variable here, it consists of different components like password, login, host, whatever. So I want to specify it dynamically in the actually build it dynamically in the deployment here. So I'll do it this way. Name would be this one, and then the value would be this one, and for the value we go ahead and copy this template here. And what we want to substitute the parts of it with our template like this shit. Oh no, values. Let's take a look on our values. We have the PostgreSQL. I've already bottom PostgreSQL off. Username, then the password. We want the password to be, so the host, we will change the host right now, but before changing the host I want to specify the database name, and the host would be, let's take a look. We need to follow the Kubernetes DNS name configuration, so let's go ahead and take a look how we have it implemented in our NAN. So yeah, here how it looks like. I'll do it the same way. Boom, boom. Instead of NAN, I'll do the Qualcomm. Dope. So we have it now. We have it. We can do it even more advanced. Let's Google it. I'll show right now. Helm release namespace. So we need to have our chart to be as flexible as possible. Right now we're hard coding the namespace name here. So instead of doing so, I just go ahead and use the Helm variable for these, which is release namespace, right? So we can have it done in a appropriate way. Cool. So we have it set up. Let's then remove the current, so it won't overwrite the current environment variable. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's take a look how our push happens. So our image is very big, like 1 gig. I don't like it, so that's the bad technology of the website, but never mind, we will try to fix it soon. Okay, so I want to do, yeah, let's then, I'll go ahead and create the global configuration file for our Qualcomm. I'll do it privately in a separate window because it will contain sensitive data. So yeah, we need to, instead of having these dummy stuff here, we want to specify the appropriate secret data here, and the same for the Postgres. So I'll go ahead and do it right now. Boom. Okay, so I'm gonna create the Qualcomm. Okay, let's continue with that. Perfect. All right. I'm almost ready with that. Okay, I've just managed to set it up. So right now we will be able to set up our deployment that way. But before we move forward, yes, our push just happened. So I'll go ahead and show you how we can create this lifecycle policy. So now we push the image to our website. Let's see, the size of this image is could be pretty big. Yeah, it's just almost 1 gig. It's a huge image. But what I want to do, I want to create a lifecycle policy. Create role priority, delete all images. Any match criteria, image count more than 2. So we deleting every image that has count more than 2, and that's it, right? So we specifying image count more than 2. It means like our ECR will store only the latest image and the previous image, and that's it. This is the feature, the best feature. This is why I'm choosing the ECR over other registries, because it could be really cost effective in that way. All right, so now we can release the deployment of our website. Honestly, before doing it, I would like to run this image locally just to make sure that it works properly. I'm going to just execute it and see if it works well or not. Alright, it should be ready now. Yeah, it works. So that's very good. It means our image is well. Let's go ahead then and add a new release. So we actually need to add 2 new releases, because one of those release will be the ECR secrets manager, and the other one would be the website. The benefit is the website will be really simple, because we don't need to specify any values there. It just works without values. So as you probably can see, we might specify dynamically this one, but I'll do it later on. It doesn't really matter. Oh, actually, we should specify the host, right? So actually, we should specify a few. Okay. So let's do it now. I'll go ahead and create those values also in our secrets files in other windows. So I won't disclose the secret credentials. So just host and image. Oh, that's nice. Just host an image. That's perfect. I'll do it for both environments. Nice. Okay, perfect. So I just did it, and I'll go ahead and copy it in the same way we just did for the ingress. So we can do pretty much everything the same. Just skip the Postgres. We don't need Postgres here. Alright, so let's double check. So here we should have the website. Name, here we should have the website. Namespace, website. Chart, website. Host, then this, then this. Yep. 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 So we have it. That's nice. Let's go ahead and also add the authenticator for these charters files. So I'll website here and here. Right, so everything else should remain the same. And now we should be able to deploy our website that way. The only problem I might see here is that our doc image is very large, about 1 gig, and I hope that our cluster won't raise this timeout error when trying to download the image, because it might take a few minutes to download the 1 gig image, and sometimes it might take a timeout. So for that reason, I just like to keep images under 500 megabytes. But sometimes you can't have them as small. But for this simple website, I guess we should be able to have them that small. This is just the way it's built. I can't say I like it, but this is what we have. All right, let's go ahead and apply these changes by running help file apply and see. So we're just applying the website release right now, and after that we're gonna apply the Qualcomm. And I think we should be happy with all of that. Okay, we have an error. Cannot overwrite table website ingress TLS. Can't evaluate field secret name int type of the interface. So values ingress TLS secret name. Values ingress TLS secret name. And what I just did, I might specify it the wrong way. TLS. Right. I forgot about this change. Perfect. Let's try it one more time. So yeah, I mean, I've spent some time to design this system of help charts management, but you know, like right now, after having this framework ready, we are able really quickly add multiple deployments. Like see, we for during this hour we will be able to add the simple website deployment and a bit more complex deployment of Qualcomm, right? So we have another error. Okay, TLS host. Why the hell are they trying to get TLS host as I just managed to set it up in the way that it shouldn't be? Okay, TLS host, what the fuck? Let's go to the website ingress and see what's going on there. So ingress trying to get TLS host, values ingress host, values ingress TLS, values ingress TLS. Where are we getting these? So unable to build object ingress spec TLS host invalid type got string expected array. TLS host got string by expected array. So the TLS host is an array, isn't it? I've specified the way to be array. Or maybe it's worrying about the Qualcomm. Let's just see. And here we have an array. And here we have an array. Okay, let's see how we have it in NAN. So TLS host, and the host is an array dude. So I've done it the same way. Why the hell it throws me away? Host. Let's compare it one more time with the Ingress of NAN due to not the Qualcomm. I hate this default feature that, Visual Studio Code closes your tabs. I know that I can change in settings, but still it's annoying. So host and host. So host, and this is an array. Holy fuck, why you just, well, is ingress host. You're just telling me that this is a string but should be array, but this is an array because I've just specified this symbol here, the dash symbol. TLS, this is the object that is array of, then we have array with key host, and the key host is an array of hosts, right? And then the secret name is a secret name. Let's, oh, I can't figure that out. Maybe something wrong with that here. Maybe something wrong with that here. So here we just specify this shit. Okay. Yeah, I know the issue. I don't need this dash here. That was my mistake. Okay, let's change it for the Qualcomm as well. So I just changed it in the Qualcomm, right? Okay, let's change it for the website as well. Okay, not here, but in the ingress. I need to remove this dash, right? So this is the issue. Okay, let's apply it and see. Okay, so it starts pulling the website, but you won't be able to pull it because it still doesn't have the secrets. And let's get pods from the website namespace and see. We should have image pullback off. That's correct. Then let's get the cron job. Get cron job namespace website, and then it has the cron job. So all we need to do, we need to run the job from cron job website and then get pod. Now the cron job is running, and once it's completed, so now our image should be pulled, our image pull, right, because we had timeout issue. But let's kubectl describe pod namespace website and see the error. Back of pulling image failed, unknown, failed to pull image, pulling from host unauthorized, right? It is unauthorized right now, but it should be authorized now. Okay, kubectl get deployment website. Let's check website namespace. I might forget to add one more configuration, and here we should have the here this terminal doesn't have working. So what I'm talking about, that we probably forgot to specify the image pull secrets, right? Yep, we forgot to specify. We actually specified it. No, we specified it and they look okay. So Let's see whether we have this secret. Yeah, we have it right now. So yeah, it just happened. Okay, it just happened. You see, it pulled successfully, everything went well, and it pulled 1 gig image pretty fast. So I'll go ahead and update the DNS record. Okay, so we have the IP for that shit, and I'll go ahead and update my DNS record in new window, so I won't disclose any sensitive information here. Okay. Okay, perfect. So I'm updating it. I'm updating the DNS record. 1 second, please. Okay, edit. Alright, so I just updated it. We need to wait for a while until this change will take effect. Okay, so we have, oh, we have it here. Okay, once it's updating, I'll make a pause one minute. I'll get back to you guys soon. I'm back. So let's take a look on. Okay, I just clean up a few more DNS records because I found I have duplicate records in the meanwhile. And what I want to do, I want to go ahead and take a look on our ingress. Okay, so our Acme challenge went well, but still this ingress didn't obtain the IP address. But what we can do, we can see whether the certificate has been updated. So, okay, certificate has been updated. We have some issue with that still. Alright, I guess the issue is that no, I guess we should have all the fixed. So let's take a look on the code one more time. So what do we have for the website? We have for the website the ingress blah 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 cluster issue. So we have the cluster issue. Okay, we have everything set up properly, so I don't think that should cause any issue. But what bothers me is that our certificate wasn't set up properly, uh, but the cert manager ingress disappeared, like the certificate has been issued. I go ahead and check the logs of the cert manager. Oh shit, manager. Alright, so authorization error. Okay, yeah, so I guess our system hasn't been released yet, so that's why we got this issue. Let's take a look on the ingress whether it got API address now. So it still didn't get the API address. Let's wait. Okay, it just went to the wrong direction. Something wrong here because the endpoint navigates to the wrong host. Hmm. Okay, I guess I know why it's happening because the website ingress still doesn't have the API address. That's why it's trying to get resolved by the NAN ingress, which only get API address. Um, yeah, so let's wait again. I mean, we should. I guess we should wait for a while until the ingress will obtain the IP address. Tudun, tudun. So it still doesn't have it. It still doesn't have it. What we can do, just wait, right? That's a bit weird for me, but I mean, okay, perfect. So we are waiting for these. What we can do in the meantime, we can set up the Qualcomm deployment. And to do so, I'll go ahead and also modify some secret values in the background. Oh, so the Qualcomm should have also the host, which I didn't specify. Okay, perfect. So I have it set up. I close it. And yeah, let's then let's check the ingress one more time. Still doesn't have. That's really weird for me. It takes a bit longer than usual. Right, so let's set up the Qualcomm at the moment and then get back to it and see maybe something will change. If not, then we will be digging it why it's not obtaining the IP address of the load balancer. Um, Maybe because we need to specify the load balancer, the ingress class explicitly. Yeah, I won't be going ahead and figure it out. Okay, let's try this NAM one more time. Okay, yeah, I see. The NAM has the class and the website doesn't have. So what we need to do, we need to specify the ingress class for the uh, website as well. Let's take a look how they did it here. Boom. I guess there is some property. So I just need to recall. Actually, it's me who did all this. So I need to check this out. Ingress class name nginx. Right. So we just need to specify this class name explicitly in every setting, I would say. Let's take a look at the values of the website to ensure that we have the same value. Ingress class name. Correct, we have the same value. So let's go ahead and specify this value right here. Two. So we have the class name here just to have it explicitly set up here. And for the website, we will do the same. I guess this is the main issue why we can't get the IP address for this dude. Yep. And go ahead and apply it one more time. So I guess that should solve our issue. Okay, perfect. We applied it pretty simple and straightforward. Let's take a look one more time. Now we have the class for this ingress. That's a good sign. It tells us that it should obtain the IP address much quicker now. At least I would hope so. All right. Yeah. It still takes a while, so let's go ahead and set up the Qualcomm deployment here. I'll just copy paste the sequence of NAM and NAMs. Okay, we don't need the auth manager, user auth manager for Qualcomm because the Qualcomm is actually pulled from the public. Okay, I'm just trying to get my mind synchronized. Alright, so Qualcomm. Let's change all these names for the Qualcomm. Then Qualcomm host. Then all these Qualcomm host. We don't need image pool secrets here. Then the Postgres. We just change all these for Qualcomm. Alright, and here when it comes to the environment variables, they will be different. we just need to copy them from values. So public app URL would be the same as host, but starting with https double slash like this. DB Postgres, we don't need it. I won't even change those because they really doesn't make sense for me. And this encryption key. Yep, so we have the environment variables set up in that way. Okay, perfect. So this deployment was really fast. Yeah, now we have the IP. That's really nice. So let's go ahead and try to navigate to this address here. So yeah, the site loaded well. The only thing that isn't ready yet is the certificate. So it doesn't have the certificate yet. But so what we can do, we can kubectl get cert. So the certificate hasn't been issued. Kubectl get secrets. Do we have? We don't have the secret. So what we can do, we can simply delete this one for forcing the issuing of it. Yeah, so it has created the ingress. It still didn't got the IP address, but I think it should. Okay, it was okay. Okay, now the certificate has been issued. Yeah, that was really fast. It still redirects me for some reason to the HTTP. So let's solve the issue first before we proceed with Qualcomm. The ingress has the annotations to make a force HTTPS or redirect. Let me check them. I'll quickly check them and paste them here. So yeah, I just found them in one of my other projects. They look like this. Boom. So we need to specify it for every deployment for the website as well, and for the Qualcomm as well. Also, before moving forward, I'll go ahead and update the DNS records for the Qualcomm. So we have it already from the beginning. Let me quickly modify the DNS records. All right, add records, name. Um, so I'll try to figure out the problem with the website at the moment. So I'll comment out the Qualcomm release right now and just deploy the update for the SSL redirect annotation. So we've got the okay. Yeah, we need to fix image. So we don't need this. Okay, another issue. So it went well. Let's then make it apply because we just applied SSL redirect annotations, and right now all of our deployments should be SSL. Okay, hopefully it should help us. Okay. Oh, the deployment just happened successfully. Let's go ahead and refresh the website. Too many redirects. I don't know why, but it's trying to redirect us back and forth. So maybe there is a problem with our DNS record. Let me double check it. Because I guess what it's trying to do is it is trying to redirect me to the HTTP, and the HTTP trying to redirect me back to the HTTPS. That's why it's happening. But this issue can be just environment. Sorry, I try from my phone. Okay, it still had the same issue even in the phone. So someone is trying to force to so you're just trying to redirect. That's weird. I don't know why it's happening. Maybe because the previous time it just took some time for it to get used to the new configuration. Let's update some settings of our load balancer then. So we have them somewhere here. So it's still direct force. I just remove those because maybe they prevent it from doing so. Let's reapply our deployment again. We've just updated the load balancer. Okay, it went well. No, it still throws the too many redirects. So somehow it just trying to, previously it was trying to redirect us to the HTTP, and now we set up the back HTTPS redirection, it's end up in the loop. But who is trying to force us to HTTP? I can't understand it. Maybe it's Cloudflare, because I'm using Cloudflare as a DNS provider. Yeah, I guess it might be Cloudflare. So what I can do, I can try to clean the cookies. I'm doing it privately in the separate window. I just delete all the Cloudflare cookies. I simply delete all the cookies. So I'll go ahead and close my browser now. And open it back again. Let me select the proper window for you. Okay. So now we can go ahead and try one more time. And it still doesn't work. Oh fuck. I hate such things when there is some kinda underlying complexity in that shit and you can't figure out why it's happening. So what I can do here is basically remove this redirect in my deployment for the website at least. Okay, let's try the NAN to hit the NAN. NAN works. So the issue is only about the website for some reason. Okay, so maybe this is the issue on the next application itself, right? So it might be the lower level issue. Let's Google it. Next.js and variables. Let's see what the default environment variables are. I'm just checking this blog in a separate window because the main window prevents me from reading the article. Nah, that isn't it. So I'll go ahead and try to remove the forcing SSL redirect, and I really don't have a clue who is doing so. Maybe maybe the TLS is disabled. So let's take a look at our ingress one more time. So it has if values ingress TLS. And what do we have here in N8N? We have the same. What if we remove it? What if we remove these and force to have the TLS despite the condition of these parameters? So let's not comment the SSL direct, but instead remove this condition and try one more time. In any case, we can fix it every time. Okay, cool. Still the same. Still the same. Alright, it doesn't work that way. So some issue. Not sure if I'll solve it today. So I'll temporarily disable SSL redirect for the website, and I'll apply this change. And what I'll do next, I'll uncomment our Qualcomm deployment. Let's go ahead and finally deploy it and finish our today's stream. So yeah, we did pretty insane amount of job. Our perfect deployment infrastructure here. Okay, perfect. And now I'll do it one more time. So to apply. Okay, it still hangs. I guess this is because the cookies, cache, whatever. So right now it creates the Qualcomm deployment. It might take a bit longer because it just initialized the Postgres and everything. Okay, Qualcomm is deploying. So let's see the logs. So make sure that everything is going smoothly. Okay, we have Qualcomm Postgres. So I guess I hope that okay, container creating. So it's still creating. To do. Let's ping this dude again. Try clearing your cookies. Thank you, Chief. I've done it so far a couple of times with your cookies. Nothing new. Okay, so it tells us the Qualcomm running, so let's take a look to the logs. Error can't reach database server. Gotcha. We have the bad we have the bad setup of our DNS name of our database. So we should have a prefix of Qualcomm the same way we have in NAN. Let's take a look one more time to the NAN. So we have the database like this, and here we're gonna need to have it. So this is the website. We want the Qualcomm, right? By the way, what's the error can reach? Crash loop back off. So let's shut down this deployment and deploy one more time with updated database config. Right. In the meanwhile, I'll try to check the website. Okay, nothing new. Nothing new. Try to play with DNS one more time. The error was that rollback was still in progress because our deployments failed to initialize rollback, and just started immediately another deployment, and rollback didn't succeed yet, so it canceled that deployment, and now I guess rollback succeeded. It's starting deploying it one more time. Well, I'm upset a bit with this DNS config shit, but I hope that it should be fixable. Okay, just enabled the proxy of Cloudflare and try to disable the proxy one more time. Just playing with it a bit, so it still had the same issue. Okay. Let's see. So we have let's roll back it manually because it's stuck in rollback. So I'm just rolling it back manually, and let's deploy one more time. Still this DNS shit. Alright, let's quit Chrome one more time. And then open Chrome one more time back again. It still doesn't work. Okay, so let's hope that it got resolved. Okay, maybe I have some other Qualcomm misconfiguration. Let's take a look on that Docker file, a Docker compose file to better understand. Okay, so the port is 3000, sorry, and we also should have 3000. I'll take a look. Yeah, we have the 3000, so I guess it shouldn't be the issue anymore. But it's still unable to start. Maybe it's pulling the image so far. Let's kubectl describe pod liveness probe failed. Readiness probe failed. Alright. Still doesn't have the logs. Okay, let's wait. Maybe it needs a bit more time to initialize. Container logs tell us handshake timeout. Something wrong with the Qualcomm. Something wrong there. And the website is not responding as well. But it used to work, but without TLS. Okay, something wrong within there. I'm just trying for my phone one more time. No, it doesn't work. It still doesn't work. Neither Qualcomm nor website still are not working. So it is unable to start for some reason. Okay, just timeout. So let's delete the alt pod. Maybe the fact that these pods running concurrently enable them to get started. So I'll go ahead and delete the old one. So the new one will be able to start, because Kubernetes keep them both until the new one won't have successful Linux probe. I'm trying to delete it. The website still not working. Nothing new, guys, but let's hope that this stuff will be fixed soon. Tudun, tudun. It even can't delete, so it's stuck somewhere. Alright, so I think we've done pretty much for today, pretty a lot. And it's time for us to pause. So there was a lot of stuff we did today. A lot of deployment, a lot of fixes, everything worked really cool and smooth. But those are final pitfalls, a bit upsetting. But yeah, I think we will solve it somewhere soon. Yeah, so alright, so it's just started the third container. Oh, the Qualcomm can't start. I'll just check the ingresses one more time. Okay, the ingress hasn't been created yet. That might be the issue as well. Okay, in any case, I'll finish the stream now, guys. Thank you all for joining me today. We did pretty an interesting job, so we did a lot of deployments. Uh, yeah, it was pretty fun making those experiments and fixes. So this is how we done our cost-effective Kubernetes deployment. There are a few things I'll be enhancing about those deployments, so I'll be setting them up, extending with SMTP configuration and everything. But the main part of this has been implemented, and I'm glad that you guys were with me during all the time. Yeah, so that's it for today, and my reminding that tomorrow, well, I think that I'll be able to go online, and we're gonna be working with you for the KDS deployment for GCP, where we will be setting up the node pool affinity, so we can have multiple apps deployed in multiple node pools. That will be interesting session because I've never done it before, so we will be discovering it, investigating, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you everyone. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'm looking forward for you in the next stream.